My most fun one, I love this story so much, was when I was 19. I started what I would consider to be my first real business, at least. And it was this product, which I actually have on the shelf behind me. So I'm going to grab this visual. Here is the iStash. This is the very first product that I ever made. And it is an iPhone lookalike stash device where you can put items in it that may be cigarette shaped, let's call it. And the time that this came about was, let's say, 2008 or 2009, when marijuana was being legalized for the very first time in California. And I came up with this idea for a product that you could just, put some joints, let's say, in it and go to music festivals, concerts, things like that. And you'd walk right through security holding your phone and your iStash. And so this was this genius idea for a 19-year-old, and I I really like worked my connections and I figured out a way to manufacture a product in China, and I found through friends of friends how to, do CAD designs for a physical product. I knew nothing about how to bring a physical product to market, and I think it's much easier today, but close to 15 years ago, it was actually really such a black box. And so I was really proud of the hard work I did. And I invested, this was at a time in my life where I did not have money. And I invested all of my money and resources into bringing this product to market because I believed in it so much, my 19-year-old naive brain. And I brought it to market. I ended up selling like 6,000 of them or so online. I sent them out to like editors of gadget magazines and kind of the, heady stoner culture magazines and publications online. And so I started by, let me give this away to people who have influence and see if they like it. And I actually met Andy, my developer for RightBlogger, my partner today. I met him because I made the iStash. He bought one off my website when he saw it on a gadget magazine that I got because I sent out a bunch of free ones. This gadget magazine did a review of it. Andy bought one. He did a review on his YouTube channel because he was early on YouTube. And I connected with Andy. I like just really nurtured this relationship with him because I loved what he was doing with his channel, and he had a bunch of websites, and I was like, ooh, this nerd is super cool. I like him. I really vibe with him. And so I've been able to build extra businesses over the course of my lifetime because of this first silly one. Now, this business, the iStash, totally crashed and burned and failed. I have a hilarious breakdown story published about it on my blog where you can read all of the details of the story. Troy Polamalu, football player for the Steelers back then, his assistant somehow got my phone number, called me, and ordered one discreetly for him. Hopefully he doesn't mind the shout out on the internet now. But I sold like 6,000 of them. I sold a bunch of them to coffee shops in Amsterdam, and they were on shelves there. But ultimately, I didn't understand anything about a physical product business. And so the margins on the product were too small. I ended up losing, at the end of the day, I ended up losing like $6,537 or something. And the title of that article is How to Build a Product Nobody Wants and Lose $6,537. So it's a really fun recap post that maybe I should do a video for now that we're in the age of video.
Dude, you have to do a video. That is incredible.
I think it'd be funny.
I love that story.
I'll pull some archival footage, but I got to go to trade shows with friends and like set up booths at some of these kind of, stoner industry trade shows. And I had a lot of fun for it. I learned like a lot of my first marketing sort of steps and strategies and lessons that I'd still use today from that business. But it was, it was a failure in a financial sense, but it was the smartest thing I ever did looking back in hindsight.